I'm going to click to that right now.
All right, Professor Watson back in the classroom. Let me explain something to you. Pi, we've seen that our entire life. If you take an algebra, you know pi equals 3.14. And you probably made an A in algebra, but do you really have to use pi on a daily basis? That'll help you out. Okay, in this application, we've been cutting down these trees. Now, when you come up to a tree, there's one thing you can do when you measure a tree is you can measure the circumference, okay, which is the length around a circle. Now, what pi is, this right here, this 10 inches, that is the diameter, okay? So that diameter right there, if you took a 10-inch piece of tape, you could measure it around here. It would measure around 1 time, it would measure around 2 times, and it would measure 3 times. Then it would be the 0.14 again, okay? So this circle right here, if it is 10 inches in diameter, we'll say D, which is the 10, times pi equals circumference. That's our formula, okay? The diameter times the pi equals the circumference, okay? So 10 times 3.14 equals 31.4 inches. Let's look at it another way. If I go up to a tree, because this is going to be a little bit more applicable, let's say I do have that little saw that I have out there, it has a 6-inch blade, okay? So I know that I can only cut a tree that is 6 inches in diameter. I'm going to take this out. We'll change this to a 6, okay? So, to know how big around the maximum circumference on a tree that I'll be able to cut, I have a 6-inch bar. So let's see how big a round of a tree that I can cut. Because it's hard to go up and measure a tree. You can kind of hold it up like this and go, oh, that looks about right. But you're going to mess that up, right? Let's do it scientifically or mathematically, okay? So the formula is going to be the diameter times pi equals the circumference, okay? This pi is never going to change, okay? That number will always be the same. That's called a constant, okay? Y'all remember that? All right, so here, in this case, we'd say 6 times 3.14 equals, okay, 6 times 3.14 equals 18.84. So a little over 18 and a half.